Hey, good morning, YouTube. It's your girl, Miss Honey, here with another daily devotion. This is January 9th. No Words is the title of this devotion inside of our A Little God Time devotional book that we started at the beginning of this year. Today is Saturday. I apologize that I'm coming in a little bit later than I typically do, but I took my time this morning. I stretched my body out. I read my word. I talked on Twitter a little bit. I had a friend on there who had just discovered that they um, tested positive for COVID, and I tried to keep it light and easy breezy before, uh, just praying for them, lifting them up, just trying to encourage them. But it's fitting, I think, having that conversation and thinking about our January 9th devotion, No Words. And our scripture comes from Job 2:13. Our morning version is from the NLT Bible. And then our evening version for this devotion, again, Job 2:13, but it is from the NASB version of this Bible. Uh, let's just get into it. Job 2:13 NLT says, "Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words." We recognize Job as a person who suffered greatly. It might be easier to identify with Job because we have all experienced suffering in our lives. But what about being a friend of a person who is suffering? We love to talk, don't we? Words of encouragement, words of comfort, words of advice, even if you are the quiet type. You know someone who is rarely at a loss for words. It can be all too easy to try and talk, but sometimes we just need to be near to those who need it. As you go about your day today, remember that sometimes your support is shown in actions, not words. And our prayer for the morning is, Jesus, help me to know when you just want me to be silent and sit with those who are suffering. Show me the needs around me today. I can definitely relate to this first half of our devotion today because um, I'm a fixer, and I love to encourage and to comfort. But I have learned that a lot of fixing, a lot of encouragement, and a lot of comfort just comes from letting someone know that you're there if they need you, that you are there to make things a little bit better. Sometimes it's, tucking someone in. Sometimes it's just being good company, just sitting there waiting for them to speak, waiting for them to need something or to want something. Sometimes it's tidying up for a friend or a family member that's been sick in their body, and they've got people coming over to pray with them or to bring food and that type of thing. And it becomes overwhelming. Sometimes um, you don't need to sit and converse, but sometimes you need to clean the kitchen, tidy the bathroom up, and then say, everything is tidy and clean. Can I make you something to eat? If no, I'm going to go on. If you need me, please just give me a call. It's something to think about. I think Sometimes we get nervous and we get unsettled depending on the gravity of a situation, and we feel like we need to say something. Or sometimes we need to do something, and maybe being still, or maybe sometimes it is getting your hands busy somewhere else to help. Sometimes it is just doing nothing. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Then let's talk about the evening portion of this devotion. Again, this is Job 2:13, and it is coming from the NASB version of the Bible. And it says, Then they sat down on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights, and no one speaking a word to him, for they saw that his pain was very great. Occasionally, there are no words. Someone you love is hurting, and you truly don't know what to say. Your presence says it all. Know that in those moments, you feel lost for words. If God occupies the central place in your heart, He'll make your heart known. Ooh, wow, that's powerful. If God occupies the central place in your heart, He'll make your heart known. How easy or difficult would it be for you to simply be with someone in their sorrow and not try to fix them? Spend some time tonight reflecting on the friends who have done exactly that for you, and be thankful for the support of good people. And then our prayer for our evening devotional is, God, I thank you that I can support my friends by just being near. Help me to help me to be close to those that need me the most. And then in our quandary, we read, Do you know someone who would be blessed by the silent, loving presence of someone who loves them? It's a good question. Yesterday I had a friend reach out to me, a good friend that I've known for some years. We used to work together, and he reached out to me in Instagram in the DM, and just, saying hi, Happy New Year, checking on you. And I replied back, Hey, sugar, how you doing? How is your son, and how is Stephanie, our friend, and how's the new year going, and he texted me back that all was fine, that it was good. And he said that he's getting old, and I says, well, join the crowd, and I just, just a little banter. And he asked me, had I heard about another friend of ours? And I says, no. What about her? And he told me she passed away a few weeks ago, and it was like someone had hit me with a log. Like I mean, an extremely resilient individual, just a huge amount of tenacity and get up and go and chutzpah, and and I know that they were very, very close. They looked after each other. They took care of each other, as friends. And I just stopped typing, and there's a function on IG where you can video chat, and I hit the video button, and he pulled up, on the video, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what the heck is going on? And he tells me that our friend died from skin cancer. And for as bad as I felt that I had not been in touch with that friend, and now that friend has transitioned on, I felt an overwhelming sense of grief for him, because he's lost so many in his life. And he just seems to keep moving. And I wanted instantly to give him words of comfort, but I just asked him how he was doing because he was at work, and I didn't want it to be um, too emotionally overwhelming. But I wanted him to know that I recognize how hard this loss must be for him, and that I was there for him. That if he needed anything, he can please reach out to me. And he said to me, let's just keep in touch. Let's just keep in touch. And after we got off, obviously the fixer in me started thinking about, well, I should go, I should take dinner, I should do something. Even in the middle of a pandemic, I thought about that. And I said no. I started my planner for this year, and in my planner I just went every other week and put his name down and his telephone number down, and I said call him. Just call him, see how he's doing, check on him, see if he needs anything, see if he wants anything. And yeah, he's going through a lot because you guys remember I asked about our other friend Stephanie, and she's had a really big hard battle, and she's having some cognitive issues. And it just seems like it's a lot for him right now, and I want to be there for him. I want to make sure that I don't lose connection with him. And typically, not being a pandemic, maybe I would have gone over and taken food and let him talk about it and all of that. But I want my portion to be of God. I want what I do here to have a lasting effect. And in order for that to take place, I have to, as the devotion says, let God make my heart be known. Not these grand gestures, but just be still and know that God is in control. He is managing the situation, and I need to move according to his will. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and just ask you all, have you all had experiences where you've been in a place of suffering and you just needed someone just to be present, just to make their presence known, and that's it? Have you been in a situation where you've felt like you needed to comfort someone and there was something instinctually in you that told you to just be there, just be present? I'd love to know. I'd love for you guys to put it down below. We're in the time of suffering now, you guys. 2020, 2021 is a time of suffering for a lot of people. And honestly, we've heard it all. God is in control. If you fall down, get back up. This too shall pass. Suffering, is only for a night, but in the morning, joy comes. We've heard it all. But sometimes we just need to know, or we just need to show that we are here if you need us. We are here to be a silent strength, or we just need to know that you're there, or we just need to know that you are being strong on our behalf. You are interceding on our behalf in silence. You guys tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees, mwah, I'll holla.